Bam. We on?
Yeah.
Didn't see that coming. Bobby just appeared like that, didn't he?
Magic.
So this is Bobby. This is Amanda's husband. And I was super excited. I was just telling my brother Dave about an hour ago. I was like, really hope she brings her husband, because I think this is just as important to hear what he has to do and how he has to manage his life around having a spouse with Meniere's disease. So this is going to be really interesting. I'm hoping. Are you interested?
Oh yeah.
Awesome. Okay, so just tell us anything you want. Like what's it like to be married to someone like us? What's it like to be married to me?
Well, it's really hard to explain because I grew with it. It wasn't where it just all of a sudden, oh, I'm in a relationship with someone with Meniere's.
Like your first date, it wasn't a drop attack or anything.
Right.
Okay.
So from day one, we've done everything what we wanted to do. Then she got Meniere's and things changed, but our life changed to suit it. So it wasn't, I don't know, I guess it's not a bad thing. It's just I grew with it and I learned, and I'm still learning on different things with her. So I don't feel it's a bad thing because I'm used to it.
Okay. So a day does not go by where I don't have to think of the word Meniere's because of the ringing in my ear. I mean, I wake up in the morning and the first thought is, I have Meniere's, and how do I manage my day? So is it like that with you? Like, is Meniere's a part of your life?
It is.
To some degree or another. Explain that.
It's not. I think to myself, I get up, okay, let's see if Amanda's going to have a good day or a bad day.
So how do you tell that? Can you just look her in the eye and tell me?
No.
Okay.
You cannot do that. It's as the day goes. You get up, hey, how you doing? Oh, I'm doing good. Okay. And then we do whatever. And then I just watch her, and then you can see it in the eyes and the body language. It goes from being like this, and all of a sudden just kind of slowly.
My wife says she can look me in the eye and know how I'm feeling.
Yeah, the eyes will close up a little bit.
A little droopy and just a little sluggish. You walk slower.
Yeah. Then it's like, okay, let's make sure we eat. Let's get something to eat. Or
do you have to force her to eat?
Every now and then I have to remind her to eat. But I don't.
Why is that? Because my wife has to tell me to eat.
She might get caught up. She's having a good moment. She feels really good. So
you don't want to ruin it.
Yeah, she's like, well, I'm on a roll right now. You know what? That's great. I'm not going to stop you. If you feel good, do what you got to do. Then I'm like, hey, we need to eat. And she'll be like, oh, okay. Then there's them days where, she already knows from the get-go, like, hey, I need to eat. I don't feel good. You're going to have to help me prepare dinner or lunch or whatever the case may be.
Sometimes not eating feels better than eating, and sometimes you know that eating will make you feel better. Right. So it's that fine line you have to traverse.
Yeah. I let her be independent. I don't like telling her, hey, you need to do this, you need to do that. She knows her body better than anybody. So if she's going to push herself, you know what? That's when you push yourself, but I'll be here to catch you.
Now you are like that.
Yeah. Before I was always worried, but now it's like, you know what? If you feel good, you want to push yourself, you push yourself. I'll be here to comfort you, get you your towels, get your ice pack,
your bucket, whatever you need.
I'm here to get you whatever you need. If you feel good and you want to do that, you do that. Because that makes her feel good, and I know it does.
Yeah, with my wife, 8 years I've just went downhill, and one day I'm like, I'm going to get off the couch and ride my bike across the country and talk about pushing yourself. She's like, are you crazy? She's like,
that's the first thing I'd say.
Are you do you really know what you're signing up for? Yes. But I just felt the need that I wanted this type of stuff to get out there, even if it's just to the limited people that are following my trip. Right. It's important to me, and I was willing to put myself in Meniere's harm's way to a degree. Now I still on my trip I'm resting a lot. I do my miles, and then Dave he'll bring me water, he'll bring me a towel, he lets me rest, and he'll spend hours on the computer editing the videos. But he knows that when I'm done riding, I pull up and he's already got my lawn chair sitting next to our the campsite so I can just get off my bike and I just need to sit in my
Rest,
chair for
yeah.
half an hour
Yeah.
before I can even do anything else. And that's how I manage.
That's like if we go someplace, even if it's only 30 minutes out in a car ride, we'll get there, but we call it the chill time. We get there and just relax in the car.
Get your head on straight because it's a little whooshy after being in a car.
And then we do what we got to do. I mean, it's different, but it's nothing bad.
What's been the biggest challenge for you?
The biggest challenge
as a spouse
is, I don't know, because it's hard to explain.
It's just become a part of your life so much.
It's my lifestyle now, and I'm used to it. So I don't have any issues. Only thing what was different for me at first is when we were still trying to travel before her veneers got worse. It was like, well, I don't know if we can travel. We don't know if we can do this, or if we do this, we got to make sure wherever we go has a kitchen, make sure it has a stove, so I can cook my meals.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you can't stop and eat McDonald's 3 times a day.
No, you can, but I'll tell you what, you're going to pay a price. Yeah, you're going to be paying a price for it.
So it's like we have to make sure everything, what we're going to do now, has what we need. And sometimes, like if you stay in like this hotel, probably don't have a stove or a kitchen in your room.
No, it doesn't even have a microwave.
So if you're planning to stay here for a week, you can't stay in this place.
No, we have a cooler full of the stuff that I can eat.
Right.
And I have been eating out more on this trip just out of necessity, because I can't eat peanut butter sandwiches 3 times a day, and peanut butter sandwiches is one of the things that I know is not going to. I've never felt like eating a peanut butter sandwich is going to make me feel bad. I always feel better with the protein.
I think we go through a lot of peanut butter.
Now, is it just something you can eat and you feel okay after you eat it, or it's just getting something in your stomach?
It's quick. It's the low sodium, peanut butter and
high protein.
Yeah. It's a quick pick-me-up for me.
Yeah, same here.
I walk in the kitchen, she's got a big spoon with a big thing of peanut butter just eating it.
I didn't feel good.
Just eat it. I'm like,
I just slap it on a piece of bread, fold it in half, and a half of peanut butter sandwich, and sometimes that's all I'll have all day. That's all I'll eat all day, and I'll just be like, okay, I feel good after eating that.
Right.
And that's, it's just the way it is.
It's just strange how, day from day it varies. Like you said, one day you can just eat a half a peanut butter sandwich and feel good. Then the next day you really need to eat, or you can't eat and you feel really bad. That's the biggest difference in our lifestyle. Is we used to travel a lot. Come from a background we had a custom car audio shop, so we had loud music, working on cars.
I'm blue collar background, heavy equipment, cranking the stereo.
And now it's totally different. It's
do you know, do you work around her hypercosis a lot at home? Do you know, okay, if I'm going to slam a door or I'm going to watch her, or do you, okay, hang on. I think we got a comment coming from Amanda here.
There are days he will sneeze. I swear to loud.
He'll what? Sneeze. Oh, okay.
Oh, he sneezes so loud. And there are days and I'm like, kidding me?
It feels like a bomb going off.
Yeah.
So now he sneezes and I'll be like, I'm sorry. And I'm like, it's okay.
Well, in a sneeze, there's no warning.
Yeah, it just happens.
It just happens. It's not like you can call a timeout and warn her.
Or try to run off to another room.
Go out in the garage or whatever.
You try.
Yeah.
I mean, like you said, going out the garage, I'm a smoker.
Yep.
And it affects her.
Yeah.
So if I smoke around her, it bothers her, so I don't smoke in the house. I don't smoke in the car.
That's very respectful.
It's just like I said, things just change. Our lifestyle completely changed from traveling all the time. Working, I used to work on loud cars, build loud systems, and now it's totally opposite. We don't travel, and everything's more mellow.
Do you fear her attacks, or are you just so used to them now? How many times have you seen her have attacks? Because my wife's seen it. I can't even count how many times. And it's to the point now where she just knows what to do.
Yeah, that's how I am. I don't want to say it's normal, but it is normal.
You hate it to be normal.
Yeah, it's if it's going to happen, it's going to happen. Okay, now let's get you to the bed. Let's get you. Let's get everything what you're going to need.
Exactly.
Autopilot.
Yeah.
It's just second nature. It's like.
Then
all
does she
right,
like to be left alone?
Yeah.
Does she like
It's-
shades come down,
Pitch
all
black.
TVs off, pitch
Pitch
black,
black.
and just ride it out?
nice cold cloth across her head.
Yep.
Her
You saw that
eyes.
probably in my video. I had a cold compress on my because
Yeah.
it doesn't help, but it does. Like
does,
it
yeah.
doesn't
It comforts.
make. Yeah, it just it comforts, and I get hot flashes.
Yeah.
And that's how I kind of know now. I get
No
like,
movement.
Yeah,
like,
no movement at all.
I'll sit on the floor, or we have a chair also in our
I got
bedroom.
you, I got you.
And I will just sneak off, sit down for a little bit, sit down on the floor, and just,
Let her ride it out.
you know, if she needs something, she can just wave her hand, because I know talking bothers her. So she'll wave her hand or
Yep,
point at
yep.
something, so that
Yeah.
I know. So yeah, like I said, you know, it's a lifestyle. What you learn, and you're used to it. It's like I think nothing different of it.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, so it doesn't bother me whatsoever.
Like my first couple attacks that were really bad attacks that would, like at the very, very beginning, you know, my son would be like 13. He'd come in and check on me and just be like, "Are you okay, Dad?" And I'd be like,
Oh,
whoa.
yeah.
And I just felt like I just got back, you know, it started going the other way or something. And so my son and my wife they learned that once I got into my dark space in my bedroom, I had my bucket, my water, and a cold compress, then they would come in and check on me every once in a while.
Yeah, they just
but
peek
they
on
just
you.
learned, you know, you just have to be.
Don't
And,
touch me.
Yeah.
and then once it goes away, you have a day of recovery.
Yeah.
At least I did it when I was having them really bad.
Yeah.
Now it's I can recover a little quicker. My episodes, the one I had on this trip was only an hour to an hour and a half long, which is one of my shorter ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, you know, and it used to be 4 to 12 hours of that. The whole next day, I was exhausted, and I'd
Right.
still want to be in the dark room, and I'd still want silence, and then I would just feel good enough to sit up, and I'd sit up for a while, then I could stand up, then I'd just walk out in the front room, and my wife would be like, "Oh, you know, how you doing?" And I'd probably look like I just gotten beat up.
Yeah.
It's I can compare it to my boss used to have seizures,
Oh, okay.
and when he'd have an attack,
So it's just non-set, like a vertigo attack.
Yeah.
It just comes within a couple
it
minutes. and
happens,
boom.
then he would, you know, he would need his downtime. It's perfectly. I mean, he would be drained of everything,
Yeah.
and I'd compare vertigo with the drop exactly as having a seizure. You know, as in the outcome for me,
Yeah.
as in he's drained, so it's
As a
Take-
caretaker.
taking
but it's-
care of everything and let him just relax,
Yeah.
lights off, just chill. So
And with Meniere's, that's the other thing. It's like my wife's you're not a full-time caretaker,
No.
but you're definitely a part-time caretaker
Yeah.
to a degree. But it's not like we're invalid, you know. Certain days we need certain different things that
Yeah.
we might not need on other days, as far as attention or food or cooking or stuff.
someone to beat
So
up on,
Somebody,
and
yeah.
take their anger out. You know,
Yeah.
You guys get your mood swings.
Oh
and-
man, I can get irritable in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Oh man, Dave's heard. I mean, he's heard me go off on this, not on him, but just about situations.
Yeah.
He'll pull the van up, and I'll come up on my bike, and I'll just unleash, and
Yeah.
he just sits and he has my chair there. He just lets me go, and I just start cussing up a storm. I'm screaming. I'm just.
rambling on.
You just got to get it out. And then I'm like, okay, got that out. Now I'm just going to chill and just get to my spot and get my focus back.
I
So,
just sit back and okay.
yeah.
Yeah, he's really good about when I have to rant,
Mm-hmm.
and he listens very well to me now. Early on, I had to tell him, I'm like, I feel like you're my babysitter, and I don't like that.
Yeah. We don't want
You know?
to
Yeah.
have to be
Yeah.
taken care of.
And he was like, oh, okay.
But
I was
what's
just
that mean
helping
to you though? You're like, well, what?
What am I supposed to do?
What? Yeah. Like talk
And-
about helpless. It's like, well, then do I just leave you alone? You know, do I not talk to you for the next 4 hours?
See, at
What-
first I felt bad, like I can't ignore her. You know, I can't do that. That's not right.
Yeah.
I don't feel like that'd be normal.
Yeah. To like
But-
leave her alone for 4 hours.
Yeah, but now it's like, okay, that's fine. You go relax. be around the house someplace.
Okay.
You know, if you need me, call me, yell, whatever you got to do. I'm here. So I let her, like, pretty much let her do what she needs to do, what she wants to do, what makes her feel better, and not be a babysitter. Because I know I wouldn't want her to be on me 24/7 if I wasn't available.
Yeah.
You know, give me my space. If I need something, I'll let you know, and feel.
And we want to feel like we're still married.
Yeah.
That's the thing with my wife. You know, I just, you know, I really want us still to connect as a husband and a wife as a normal couple, but you just got this little curveball thrown in.
Yeah.
But we figured out over time how to manage that, and we do much better now. It took us a little while to
Yeah.
figure out how to navigate that. You know, I
Right.
felt hopeless, and like you, I'm sure my wife was kind of like, you know, I want to make sure, you know, I don't.
Big.
Yeah,
make
if
sure
I
you're
leave them alone
good,
for 8
yeah.
hours, does that make me a bad wife? You know,
Right.
but it, and you know, no, it doesn't. But you figure that out.
Yeah, you learn as you go. It's
I super appreciate you guys meeting with me, and I appreciate you guys coming all the way to me.
no, it's not a problem.
And is there anything that you guys want to say to finish up? Anything you guys just want to mention, or anything on your minds at all? I'm putting you on the spot, but
I'm just here for support.
You got dragged along, right? In
Yeah.
case you had to drive home.
Yep, just in case.
My taxi.
Yep.
It's just I wish there was more people that were more understanding of our situation. I wish there was more people that just knew. I wish there were more doctors that worked together.
Yeah.
You know, like, I wish there were ENTs and physicians that worked with dentists. And so there was dentists that
So the
understood.
TMG kind of crossover might be something that could
Just
be
all
helped.
kinds of, even just regular
TMJ.
dental care. You know, like, so
Yeah,
many
being
people.
in the dental chair sucks.
Yeah, I wish there was just more awareness and more understanding.
Well, that's
But-
what this trip's about.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'm hoping that, you know, when I'm done on Friday, you know, I just want to unplug everything and just lay on my couch for the next 3 to 6 months and do nothing. But if this 1 month does anything to help that awareness, that's all I care about. The money raised for research, you know, I'm super glad that I'll be able to give some money to research, but I want people to be able to say, oh, you know, you have Meniere's, you know, I know what that is because I followed this guy and I saw all his symptoms and I saw a vertigo attack happening live. I saw interviews with people and